Why would you say I can't? People are doing it.
Okay.
When you come to Oxford, it's either people look at you differently, people
All
are
right.
excited about you
All
because
right.
because you have a lot of things to offer, or people just
Hello amazing people, welcome back to Medical Diaries. Today we are going to be talking about Clarendon Scholarship by someone who finished medicine and surgery here in Nigeria and is currently in Oxford University. The person is Mr. Chinedu Wanjuru. He studied medicine and surgery here and is currently in Oxford University through Clarendon Scholarship. Do not forget that in the previous video we talked about the Commonwealth Scholarship. Please, if you haven't listened to that video, I'll drop the link now on the comment section and even here, so that when you are done with this video you also listen to that one, because these videos are very beneficial and very important. So Mr. Chinedu will be talking to us on Clarendon Scholarship. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification for this channel, because in this channel we are going to grow together. We are going to answer questions, medical questions. It's going to be an amazing time here. So please, we'll have Mr. Chinedu Wanjuru now.
my name is Chinedu Wanjuru. Yeah.
Okay. You're welcome, sir.
So there's nothing to the Clarendon Scholarship. As many as the people that have come to meet me, I've told them, and I would say it again, a Clarendon Scholarship is not something you apply for.
Okay.
It's not a scholarship that I would say, oh, or maybe someone wants to go to Oxford and then you say, oh, I want to go to Oxford as a Clarendon scholar. That's not how it works. Like the Commonwealth Scholarship and other scholarships like probably Chevening and Gates Cambridge, where you apply, you don't apply for a Clarendon. It's let me put it in perspective. You know how people write post jam and then you score very high, and then the university decide that, oh, we want to award the top two highest scoring candidates with a scholarship. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's that's just how the Clarendon Scholarship is. It's something that is given to, you're nominated based on the way you perform during your application, your documents, etc. It's not country specific, it's department specific. So let's assume that 120 people applied to my course, for example. Of course, you submit your documents, you go for an interview screening, and then then it's graded. You understand?
Yes,
and then of course they rank, high, best, whatever they do. Then they nominate the best candidates. You understand? And they nominate them to the faculty. Now, it is at the faculty level. I mean, all the other departments also, maybe surgical sciences, genomic medicine, and all of them. Everybody would bring their best student, their best applicants, maybe their best two applicants, or the best one applicant, and then they bring it, and then they pull it at the faculty level. Now, it is at the faculty level that I guess there's a board that sits on it, and then different scholarships, because it's not just Clarendon. There are different scholarships in Oxford. The ones that give partial funding, the ones that give full funding. The only reason Clarendon seems to be out there is, undeniably, Clarendon is one of the most prestigious and one of the most competitive. Like, think of it as you're taking like the best scholarship that Oxford has to offer. Do you understand?
Okay, it offers a full scholarship.
It offers both full and partial. Full and partial. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
It's full and partial.
Yes.
Depends. If you read the Clarendon Scholarship page, they are looking for students with academic excellence who show great passion and commitment to the course, and leadership, just some basic things. So I guess they look at all of these things and then they pick their candidates. And then your department will then notify you that, the department notifies you that, you've been awarded something something scholarship. Would you want to take it or do you want to drop it? Do you understand? So
Yes, I
it's
do.
not a thing of oh, I'm applying to Oxford and I want to be a Clarendon. The department does is to nominate you. Once you're nominated, the department has no say. So they can nominate you to the faculty, and the faculty might not pick you. The faculty might not pick you. The faculty might pick another person. So it's again, I mean, if you're a person of faith, I always say it's something that you pray to God for. It's not, I would be lying if I come and say, oh, you have to do this or do that or do this or do that to get the Clarendon Scholarship. Do you understand? Yeah, so I think
okay,
I'll drop it.
But must you, all right, no problem. But must you have a distinction for you to get Clarendon? And if yes, like different schools have different grades for distinctions, like how do they quantify
I
that
didn't get
or
a distinction.
All right.
I didn't get a distinction in med school. And so I don't think it's solely based on getting a distinction. There are some scholarships that you have to get a distinction. For example, Rhodes Scholarship. If you're applying for the Rhodes Scholarship, one of the criterion that is used to assess academic excellence is if you had a distinction in med school. You know, be it a medical school, we don't have CGPA, so there's no grading.
That's true.
So the distinction is usually equated to a first class. I hope I got my information correct, but something of that sort. But in terms of Clarendon, I mean, I don't think you need a distinction. What you need to demonstrate is, I think from your transcript, I believe they look at your transcript, and what they need to see in your transcript is some bit of consistency. So you're consistent with your grades and your grades are good. Because I mean, your transcript, the transcript you collect, it has numbers. So it has like scores. So I guess I'm guessing, I'm not on the board, I don't know, but I think one of the things that they will use to assess academic excellence is by looking at the consistency of your scores. I mean, if you do get a distinction, that is a major plus. If you have if you are awarded academic prizes, like probably best in this and best in that, and maybe you have some academic awards, that would also be an added plus. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's exclusive to distinction students alone.
All right. Okay, thank you. What's of age restriction?
No, there's no age restriction. I mean, in fact, the Clarendon Scholarship is primarily, I won't say primarily, it's majorly PhD students that get it.
All right.
It's majorly PhD students, but I mean, of course, on this side of the world, you don't have to be 38 to start a PhD. You don't have to have gray hair. Like I have friends who are 21 and they're doing their PhD already. So my point is there is no age grade to Clarendon Scholarship. I mean, look, if you go to their website, they're looking for commitments. They're looking for academic excellence and one other thing, but nothing of age is there. Anybody, as long as you have you fulfill these three objectives, or you fulfill these three criteria, I think you'll be considered. Again, I don't know if there's any other thing they are looking for.
All right. Okay, I wanted to ask, this Clarendon, is it specific for Oxford University, or is just a scholarship that you can use to apply for any international university?
No, it's specific. It's Oxford specific. It's an Oxford.
It's an Oxford specific.
It's an Oxford Indigenous Scholarship. Again, remember the story that I said. It's like University of Ibadan offering her students scholarship to study in University of Ibadan. You can't take that scholarship to go to University of Lagos. Did you understand? So it's an Oxford specific scholarship.
All right, no problem. You went for an interview before they took you, right?
I went for an interview for my course. No, I went for an interview. I didn't go for any interview for Clarendon Scholarship. You're not called for an interview. You're not going to sit in front of the Clarendon panel. The only interview or the only thing you're going to do is is relating to your course. So I went for an interview for my course, and then my department, after they had given me admission, nominated me for funding. Do you understand?
Okay.
And every other thing that happened after the nomination, I have no idea. All I did was I just waited and I prayed and I did everything. And Clarendon got back to me and said, "Oh, we have considered your blah, 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 and we've awarded you a scholarship."
Wow.
Do you understand? So there's no interview. For people that want to go to Oxford, it's always good to apply to external bodies. Apply to external bodies like the Commonwealth, the Chevening, the Gates, Cambridge, and all of the scholarships that are available to you, and secure an external funding. So you already know that whether you get Clarendon or whether you get any Oxford Indigenous Scholarship or you don't, you already have funding from another organization. Now, if you now go in and then you do excellently well, and your department still decides to nominate you for scholarship, it would be a thing of which one do I take? Do I take Clarendon or do I take this one? But regardless, you already have funding either way. But if you go in head blind and you say, "Oh, I'm applying to Oxford and I want to get the Clarendon scholarship," that is a very foolish decision. That's what I think.
All right. Okay, no problem. Please, what of those I want to go into practicing medicine instead of maybe lecturing academics? Like, is the person supposed to apply for this Clarendon scholarship?
If you want, it's not the Clarendon scholarship is not occupation specific. It's not field specific. It's not career specific.
All right.
If you want to do public health, or you want to do academia, or you want to do medicine, or you want to be a surgeon, the Clarendon scholarship offers you funding to pursue your course. It doesn't dictate what kind of course you want to pursue. As long as you demonstrate that you're committed towards that course and you've shown that, "Oh, this is something I want to do." You're not just coming here because you're going with the wind. You're not just coming here because you heard of it in the radio. What they do is they provide funding for you. Whatever you want to do with that funding is entirely your business.
All right.
Yeah.
So finally, I would say, how is life over there? Racism, all of that. Like, is there something?
Did you say racism? Did I hear you say racism?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, life. Okay, so I'm going to give I will keep this very short. It's been an interesting journey. I'm not even going to lie. It's been an interesting journey. I mean, there's a whole shift. There's a whole paradigm shift. There's a new wave of thinking, a new wave of ideology. I mean, the classes are much more you're interacting more with you're interacting more with your lecturers. There's just a whole lot of independent thinking. Specifically to your question, there is racism, even in its minutest form. Do you understand? I think here in Oxford, you don't really get the full wave of racism because I think one, it's an international community. One, it's an intellectual community. So a lot of people here are open. A lot of people here are welcoming, are tolerant. But that's not to say that there is no racism. I've experienced racism in the classroom. I've experienced racism at the mall. It's subtle. It's I think it's what you call microaggression.
All right.
It's tiny, it's subtle, but it's there. Because I think one thing you would notice is when you come to Oxford, it's either people look at you differently, people are excited about you because you have a lot of things to offer, or people just judge you even before they get the chance to talk to you.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
like I said, I have experienced racism in class. I've had a lecturer ask me if I am a Nigerian prince. It's that sort of thing. Because he believes, I mean, for some weird reason, he believes that it is only Nigerian
Now,
princes
please, that can come.
that can go to Oxford, so things like that. And I think you just over time you brush it off, and you're just
on.
confident. Yeah, you're just confident in the fact that, I mean, I got here like every other person, and I you can't make me. I mean, I am one person you cannot make feel inferior. Like, no.
Yeah.
Even the day the lecturer was asking me that, like, I'm sure he saw the way I was looking at him, like, you're not making any sense. Like, you're not making it. You're not making any sense with your questions. Like, but things like that. But aside that, it's beautiful. I mean, there's light, there's Wi-Fi, and I've made like really great friends. Like, I've made like really interesting friends. My classmates are amazing. So yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. I'm looking forward to the following months. I still have a lot of months here, but let's see what 2022 brings.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know if you have a final advice to maybe those that want to come over there. Like, what was your drive? Is there something you can use to like an advice for them, something like that?
Okay, so I think this particular year I've reviewed about four. No, hold on.
All right.
Yeah, four documents for people that want to come to Oxford from Ibadan. In fact, three of them are from College of Medicine. Yes, not specific. Well, I mean, three of them are from College of Medicine. Yes.
All right.
But what is most exciting to me now is a lot of people are starting to see this Ivy League schools as possible. Like, a lot of people are starting to see them as,
it's because of all of you, actually. Because of all of you. So
and that is, to be honest, if that's the only thing that people can take away from my journey. My journey is a very interesting one. I think it's not something I want to discuss here, because it's a very funny one. But my close friends know that it was a roller coaster for me. But I'm just grateful to God that I'm here. But one thing I'm going to tell people, I mean, who would watch this or who would, I don't know, is it is high time that we start to demystify these Ivy League schools. They are doable. I have a friend, my very good friend, if you know him, is Shegun. I mean, Shegun is, I'm sure you've heard of his story.
Shegun Afolarami. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, he came to Oxford, and now he's going to Cambridge. I have another friend who's in Stanford. I have another friend who's in Yale. So all of these people are in my class. So my point is, it is high time that we start to see these Ivy League schools as every other school. They are difficult, yes, but I think the moment you tell yourself that I can and I have the potentials to, you begin to discover that there's a shift in ideology, your mentality changes. And I give you an example. Do you think that now that if someone goes to Oxford, do you think that person cannot confidently apply to a Harvard University? Maybe let's assume you did your master's in Oxford. Do you think don't you think you would be more comfortable to pick up the paper and write an application to Harvard for a PhD?
Of course, you will.
So that's the thing. You just need to tell yourself that these are schools. I have colleagues here in my course who have finished from Harvard, who have finished from Yale, and they're here, and they want to, after here, they're going to Cambridge. It's like they're shopping Ivy League schools, like just shopping, like, today I love Yale, I'm gonna go to Yale today. Okay, after Yale, I think I'll just move. And it's interesting. And I have
Yes.
a friend here who he's doing his master's here, and he has already gotten admission to study medicine at Harvard.
Oh,
So once
ah,
he's done here with his master's, he will go to med school at Harvard. Now,
ah.
you would be so surprised. Like, and these things to them are nothing. It's like, if not Harvard, where else? So that's the kind
Oh.
of that's the kind of mentality that I think students of Ibadan need to start
Yeah.
adopting. Like, why would you say I can't? People are doing
Okay.
it. And to be
Yeah.
very honest, we are on the same scale of intelligence.
Wow.
These guys are not smarter.
Oh.
They have more resources. But if you bring our intellectual capacity, we're almost on the same level. Yes, they have a lot of exposure, but it's still not a limit. It might give them a bit of an advantage. But I'm just saying that we need to push ourselves more. A lot of us
All
are
right.
so laid back. A lot of us prefer to settle. A lot of us are scared of, taking risks. And I think
Yeah.
if you want to go far, you should be able to take some risks. Yeah, I think I'll just keep quiet then.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, do enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for honoring our interview.
It's fine.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Bye.
Bye.